Good evening, this is Pat Walker, and I'm doing a video for you here at missionwinners.com. Hope you like this. The market got very volatile today. The market got a little volatile this week. So let's go in there and take a look at it. Where should we always start before we look at stocks? This is something I encourage for all of you. Start with the major indices first and frame those up. That will help you get a better understanding and view, perspective of your stocks. So here we go. We're taking a look at the Dow. The Dow dropped hard the first part of the week. You see this day right here? On Tuesday, gapped down and closed down below the 8-day. Lingered, gapped up and closed down a little bit on the day on a slight pickup in volume. Quiet day yesterday. And then today, it fell below the lows of these last couple of days. And it fell below the 20-day, that's the blue line, on heavy volume. That's not the best action. By the way, the 50-day is still rising, so please don't think like, oh, the end of the world. No, just frame it up. This isn't the best action at this point in time. We've had a good move. I said several times that the slope of this line on the S&P 500 was not sustainable. It fell hard on heavy volume on Tuesday, quieter day on Wednesday, down a little bit on Thursday with low volume, and today it lost the 20-day on heavy volume. That's a negative. 50-day still rising. We'll have to see. The NASDAQ comp, similar situation. Down, quiet, down again. Now I want to show you something. I'm going to pull up some stocks for you that were key list stocks that we've been in for a while, quite a while. And I want you to look at these. Here's Caterpillar. This was a key list stock selection. It was picked up right here on volume back on November 30th. And it went up, gapped up and pulled back, but it was still above the 8, hung around the 8, and then it started to lift. And look at this beautiful trend. I even set it on the chart. It held the 8-day. All right, now, I put this on the chart because I share this with VIP members at missionwinners.com. You sell some into strength. We always sell a little bit into strength. Then, when it starts to lose the 8-day, you sell a little bit more. Well, it gapped up and it fell and it lost the 8-day right here on volume. And it's like, well, Pat, it closed above the 8 right here. Well, you don't know that at the time when it's down here on heavy volume. So we took more off. And then we have a pretty simple rule. It trended up. It starts to lose the 8-day. We'll watch the action and see how it acts if it starts to lose the 20-day. Well, it fell below the 20-day and more was sold. Then it went sideways a couple of days, a little bit below the 20-day. You factor market action into the equation, and then today it took out these lows and the rest of it was sold. So we're in here, right here at around 140 a share, 140.10. We sold the rest off today at around 159. That's not bad money. That's not bad money. We sold some up here also. So, and it's like, oh, you're so, no. Just trade analysis. Monitor the 8. Monitor the action on the 20. Monitor the action of the markets. So there's one. Here's another one. All these did really well, okay? So I'm just pointing these out. Downward slope and trend line broke out right here. Rallied up, walked up the 8-day, okay? You sell some into strength. You don't sell all of it. It loses the 8-day. You sell a little bit more. Why also would you sell it? A, it lost the 8-day, as I said. B, it did it on a pretty good pickup in volume. You take a little bit more off. Then it's hugging the 20-day. Hugging the 20-day. Finally, today, it loses the 20-day, and EOG, as I stated here, was sold. We're flat to stock. Entry right in here, okay, we'll say 102. 102. Last shares were taken out at around 114, 113.80. Right there, the last shares. Done. It's a good return, and that's what we do. Just rules. Rules help us. I'll show you another one here. Key list stock. Bought right here on volume. By the way, you notice the theme here with energy stocks? Guess what? You'll see. Well, here, I'll show you now. It's no strange coincidence. Here's XLE on 1220. We picked that up. Energy. Well, guess what? That's when a lot of these things started picking up here. Look at this, 1220. This starts picking up. 12.20, PXD starts picking up. 12.20, FANG starts picking up. 12.20, Concho starts picking up. We had this on the key list. I'm going to show you something here that I would like to do when I'm teaching this at the IBD meetups. Here's what we were looking at beforehand, okay? Right here. Right in here. Just going sideways. Going sideways. But if you factor into the equation what these charts look like of these other stocks I just showed you, you say, well, if it starts to pick this up, and by Jove, it did. Off to the races. There you go. There you go. So let's go back to our list. Buy here, sell some into strength, loses the 8-day, sell a little bit more, meanders around, starts to lose the 20-day. Other stocks in the group are getting bad. The market's dropping. You take the rest for a gain. You're done. Here's the next one for you. That's PXD. Here's FANG. FANG, it was even written up in IBD the day we bought it. It was written up after we'd bought it. Picked it up here. Look at the volume. Huge. Simple base. Off to the races. Goes on up. Boom, boom, boom. Key list stock. By the way, this was on the list before it broke out. It's not like, oh, people buy it. No, everybody knew about this the days before. Okay, the day before, excuse me. Lifted off, moved up, meanders around. You sell a little bit into strength. Comes down here to the 20-day. Other stocks in the group are fine. It fell on so-so volume. Rallies up again. Everything's great. Puts a reversal day in right here. You see that day right there? You see that volume? Gaps up, runs up, closes near its lows. That's a flag. This day right here starts to lose the 8 and the 20. We take more off. Not all of it, but we take more. By the way, our entry's right down here. It's going sideways. And then finally, it loses right here the 20-day. Right here on a volume pickup. And we take more off, but we don't take all of it off. We've got a decent gain. We see what happens. Little shelf right here. Finally today on a pickup in volume, the last shares are sold. And it's done. You move on. Here's another one for you. CXO, Concho. Downward sloping trend line. You can see this, folks. I want to show you something really cool. When we teach this is what I like to do. Here's the chart. You can say, gosh, here's a downward sloping trend line. I guess if it takes that out, that'd be pretty good. Boom, it does. Look at this. Folks, it's simple. You just connect these tops. Connect the tops. This isn't fancy. By the way, I stress, this was in the top 10 groups. All these stocks were in the top 10 groups when they went. Strong groups, strong stocks. Great numbers. Well, downward sloping trend line, you say, well, if it breaks through that trend line, maybe we should pick some up there. Oh, they voted. Look at this. Look at that volume. Goes up, sell a bit into strength. Here we go. We'll do this again. Meanders up the 8-day. You sell a little bit more. Starts to lose the 8-day on volume. See right here? You sell more. But it's still above the 20-day. Meanders around the 20-day. And then today, boom, on volume. Sold. The rest of it sold, as I stated here, and we're flat. We took it out. It's like a 10% gain, another. And by the way, you notice how low stress this is? This isn't wild and woolly action like, I'm in, I'm out, I'm in, I don't day trade. No, ride trends until they stop. Here's XLE that I showed you. We had this. We went through this one already. Just wanted to point that out. I'm going to stop there, but you can see the theme. There's a theme here with some energy stocks, and I wanted to point that out to you, all right? I hope that helps you. Our goal is this, to buy stocks that come out of clean and simple bases that are in leading groups, ride them for what they are worth, have rules related to selling some into strength, selling some when it loses the 8-day, selling more when it loses the 20-day, or taking it flat. And that's what we do. We're not going to get the bottom, and we're not going to sell at the top. I'm not sitting there saying, oh, we sold some up there. Don't feed me that line. No, you just sell some in the strength, and you're happy you get what you get, and you move on. And you watch the moving averages, and you watch the markets. Just wanted to share that with you to show you how this works. Thank you very much, and I hope you all have a good night. Take care.